Hi, Verbling. My name's Michaela. I'm from Phoenix, Arizona, and today we're talking about man's greatest achievements. We'll be listening to an article and having some discussion, and maybe reading it as well. If you guys have any questions or comments on this class or any others, or ideas for future classes, message me on Verbling or on Facebook. I'll put my Facebook name in the chat box for you. And if you're looking for a private tutor session, you can check out my schedule on my Verbling profile. Ciao, welcome to class.
Hello, teacher.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. What about you?
I'm doing really well. Tell me, what is the best thing that's happened in your life in the past month?
白色声? Oh, I don't know. Let me think.
All right,
I
I'll let
don't
you
know.
think for a little bit.
Okay.
I'll let you think, and I'm going to come back.
Okay.
Roxana, welcome to class.
Thank you. Hello. Nice to see you.
Nice to meet you, right? This is the first
Nice to
time
meet
I've
you.
had you? Yeah. Okay. Where are you from, Roxana?
I'm from Russia.
Excellent. Good to have you here. So I'm going to give you the same question. What's the best thing that's happened in your life in the past month? And you can think for a second. I'll give you a minute to think about the best thing that's happened in your life in the last month.
Okay.
And I'm going to think of something too, because I'm asking you guys. I should be able to respond to this. In the past month, let's see. I think the best thing that's happened is that the World Cup finished. I'm really excited that it's over. Because
Why is that?
well, okay, in the beginning of the World Cup, I was really excited. I don't really like soccer very much, but right now I'm living in Brazil. So the World Cup was a huge event. There were parties everywhere. Everything was fun and amazing. And it was interesting because it's cultural. Brazilians love soccer. And even though I don't really care that much about soccer, it was fun to see and watch and participate a little bit. But after like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, it was too much soccer. And everything closed down, like schools were closed, businesses were closed. I had classes that I would go to and they were canceled all the time because of a game. And I was like, don't shut down the world because there's a soccer game on. So I ended up getting frustrated with it. And finally, when it was over, I was like, yes, thank you. Done. Finished. No more.
Okay, understand.
All right. Ciao. Tell us, in the past month, what is the best thing that's happened to you?
I think the best thing is I just accomplished a tutorial and learn a tutorial and know a new programming language.
Wow,
Yes.
that's a great achievement.
Yes.
Congrats. And
Yes.
Roxana, what
Thanks.
about you? What's the best thing that's happened to you or that you've done in the past month?
I think one of the best things in last month it is about one of my best friend. She was trying to enter in the university, and she passed her exams, and she passed it very, very well, best of the all students, and I really glad to her.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yes, I think it's the best thing.
Yeah, that's really cool. Thanks, Roxana. And Rafa, welcome back. You're marathoning classes today. Well done.
This is my
Okay,
last.
so our warm-up question is, what is the best thing that's happened to you in the past month?
Perhaps the best thing it passed me in the last month It could be I move to another apartment with my wife. It is bigger than the other one that we live for 7 years, and right now this is more comfortable with very nice views over the center of Madrid, with 2 terraces. I am enjoying a lot with these sunny days. I am very glad to have achieved this new apartment, and I am enjoying a lot in it.
That sounds wonderful. Although moving is difficult.
Yeah.
Boxing everything up, and it's probably hot too.
Hard and difficult, and you have a lot of discussion with your partner, with my wife. It's very difficult to deal with it, but at the end we did it.
Awesome. Now you're reaping the benefits.
Yeah.
Very cool. Okay, so I'm going to put an article for you guys to load in the chat box, and I have one more question for you before we get started on listening to the article first, and then maybe reading it at the end if we have time. And that is, what do you think is man's greatest achievement? So all of humanity, all humans, what do you think is the best thing, the coolest thing, the most important thing men have ever done, or humans have ever done? And let's start with Roxana. Any ideas?
I don't know exactly. Maybe I think it's something about art. I think the most important achievement of humankind is a lot of different masterpieces and another culture things. I don't know how to say.
Yeah, no, I think that's a good answer. Humans are really the only beings that we know that make art. So it's pretty unique for us, distinct.
Yes.
Awesome. Rafa, how about you? What do you think is man's greatest achievement?
I think one of the most could be, at least in my opinion, the acquisition of the language. Perhaps I don't know if the men at the beginning could talk or not, but the acquisition to talk with others, to express yourself, to how to communicate with the others is the most interesting. Due to that, I don't know if animals could communicate with others. I think there are a lot of them that could, but in the way that humankind did it, I think it's the best achievement the humankind has had. Oh.
Definitely. That's a really interesting one. Sometimes we don't appreciate language as much as we should. It's a wonderful thing. And Chow.
Hi.
Your turn. What is man's greatest achievement?
In my opinion, I think the industrial revolutionary is the greatest achievement, because in that decades the technology is improved fast, and the people are the people lives more modern than the old ages. Yes.
All right, awesome. Those are all excellent answers. And we're going to talk about one more possible answer to that question. We're going to listen to a report on a very monumental occasion for humans, and then talk a little bit about it. Before we listen, I'd like to know what techniques you guys use to help yourself more effectively understand a listening exercise. Chow, do you have any tips? When you're listening, what do you do in order to really understand what you're listening to?
Sorry, I just focus focus when I'm listening.
That's important, really.
Yeah, focus.
Really focusing, all right? Rafa, is there anything else you can do when you're listening to help yourself understand more?
I think another tool is very useful is try to listen different people with different accents and where when you are hearing different accents you need to be more focused, as my mate said, and at the end you improve your listening skills, I think.
Mm-hmm. All right, definitely. And Roxana, what else can you do while listening to help yourself understand more?
Mm, I think I just try to focus too. Sometimes I watch some films and listen some podcasts, but to be honest, I have a real problem with listening.
All right. So those are all good tips. And another one that maybe you can try today is in this particular situation, it's really helpful to write things down because we have a little more than 3 minutes of audio to listen to. So what happens is you listen to one sentence, and before you can really understand the whole sentence, there's another sentence, and another sentence, and another sentence. So by the time you come to the end, you have totally forgotten what happened in the beginning. It happens to me too. So the best way to stop that from happening, at least in the beginning, is to have a pencil with you or type something maybe and write down words you hear. So if you hear just one word every 10 words, write it down, and at the end you'll have a list of words. So even if you did not understand everything that was being said, you might be able to pick apart some of what you were listening to. If you know that it was talking about the sky and flying and a crash, you might understand they were talking about an airplane and what happened, and you can piece together the story that way. So you can try it today or not, but it's a helpful strategy to listen and really understand what's going on. Okay, so I'll share my screen as we listen to this. Remember to mute yourself as you play it so that we don't all have the audio going on. But it's called Mark Your Calendars. In a year, we'll arrive at Pluto. And it is 3 minutes and 19 seconds. So you guys can go ahead and start it now, and then we'll meet back in 3 minutes and 19 seconds to discuss it. Good luck.
là để mà đi giúp mình. Lúc đó có thật trí nhớ sẽ tốt lên không? Mình thử gọi điện tiến sĩ Pháp chưa? Ừ, nó là
Okay. Hopefully you guys got a chance to finish listening. And Vuong, am I saying your name right? Anne? You prefer it to be called Anne? Okay, I'm gonna share my screen quickly. You're muted right now because there was some background noise, but if you come to the top of your screen and click this button, you should be able to unmute yourself and talk to us. All right, well, whenever you're interested, you're welcome to join us in conversation. All right, Roxana, did you get to listen to it?
I listened, but I don't get everything.
That's okay, that's normal. It's a report aimed at native speakers, so even understanding a little bit is a big accomplishment. Can you tell us a little bit about what you heard?
I heard about Pluto
Yeah.
and about a trip to Pluto, and it planned about a spaceship which planned to be on Pluto on 15th of July 2050. I don't remember.
Yeah, you definitely understood the main ideas of this report. Well done.
Thank you.
Rafa, did you get a chance to listen?
Yes, of course.
Tell us a little about what you heard. Add to the information that Roxana gave us.
Yeah, on the line Roxana said, the most important point is this aircraft arrived to Pluto in 14th of July of 2015, and it at the beginning the presenter said this project has been involved for 9.5 years, and it's more than 33 billion of miles far away from Pluto to the Earth, and also the aircraft is almost as a big piano in his shape, and we can see closer and better image from Pluto than in the Hubble telescope. And also at the end of the article or the video, a researcher, a scientist says that they are not expecting to find new things. They knew everything about Pluto, but many times it could be a nice surprise. And also at the end, the spacecraft is full of energy and continues beyond Pluto his trip. That's all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we always think we know everything until we discover a little more.
Yeah. That's
Awesome. And Chao, did you get a chance to listen and understand?
Yes, but I'm not understanding because the article is hard for me. I noticed it said the Jupiter. There's some argument about Jupiter. Jupiter and the Pluto, and the Pluto is either a planet. Some people say it's planet. Some people say it's not. That article, and that's my I got that, and they said that the spaceship is unmanned space flying. There's no man within the spaceship because the spaceship is small, maybe small. Right? Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So you did get a lot of information, and like I said, even if you only understood 15 or 16 words of the whole report, it's still important for you to be able to take those little bits and put them into a larger picture, and it's an accomplishment to do that. So even if you only understood a little bit, that's still great. Thank you for adding to our knowledge about this report. Aka, welcome to class.
Yes, thank you. How are you?
Doing really well. How are you?
Yes, I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, I'm going to copy paste the link into the chat box again. We just got finished reading, or sorry, not reading, listening to a report. And if you'd like to listen to it as well, you can on this link. And also for anybody who's interested, if you guys want to listen again on your own time, there is a transcript, and I'll show you how to get the transcript. So on this link, we have the title, and then we have the where we listen. And if you click this, a transcript will pop up. So everything they say is recorded, and you can read along with the listening, which is really helpful when you're trying to understand something. And in the rest of class today, we'll be reading a little bit more. So this is almost the same as the transcript, but it's put together in an easier way for us to understand. So we'll be reading a little more now. And to start us off, let's have Roxana read the first 2 paragraphs for us.
Okay. Planetary scientist Alan Storm is counting down the days. Just 365 of them now. He has spent the past 8.5 years waiting for the New Horizon a spacecraft to make a close encounter with Pluto. Next year, on July 14, the spacecraft will reach its destination. Now only did we choose the date, by the way, we choose the hour and the minute, and we are on track. Says Stern, the principal investigator for NASA's Pluto Kuiper Belt mission.
Thank you very much. Next 3 paragraphs are for Rafa.
Oh my God. In January 2006, the New Horizons spacecraft left Earth on the 3 billion mile journey to Pluto and beyond. We are arriving at Pluto on the morning of the 14th of July 2015. Stern says, it's Bastille Day to celebrate. We are storming the gates of Pluto. To be clear, this is an unmanned fly-by mission by a spacecraft about the size and shape of a baby grand piano. No humans or robots will be landing and walking around.
Thank you very much. And the next 3 here are for Chao.
Okay. Arriving a little bit of a squishy term. I know at closest approach will be about 6,000 miles from Pluto. Stern says that distance was carefully calculated to ensure the sharpest images without blurring, and to avoid getting pulled into Pluto's orbit. And 6,000 miles away is still much closer than we've ever been before. The closest any spacecraft had ever been to Pluto was ridiculously far, about 1 million miles, Stern said, and we've been within 1 billion miles of Pluto for years now, so every day we break our own record. Yeah,
Thank you very much. And the next 3, Akka, will you read for us?
Oops, I forgot muting mic, sorry. Yes, months before we get to that closest approach, we'll start getting the best images of Pluto we've ever seen. So far, the best Pluto pictures are from the Hubble's telescope. By May of next year, New Horizons will be sending home better images. Stern says, we actually call that our BTH date, better than Hubble. A great deal of planning went into this mission, but in case you're wondering, the New Horizons team did not plan for Pluto to be downgraded to a dwarf planet in the same year as the launch.
Thank you very much. Do you guys have any vocabulary questions before we go on to read the rest?
BTH date means better than Hubble date.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So what's the Hubble telescope?
Kind of probably the best telescope or something.
Yeah, it's
a telescope in the spaceship.
Exactly.
Satellite.
It's a telescope on Earth, and it can see really, really far away. So they're waiting until their satellite or their rocket ship can see farther and better than the Hubble telescope.
Right. Because there's no air on the space.
Exactly. So they've really cut down on the interference, things between us and Pluto. They don't have to filter all of that out.
Mm-hmm.
Any other questions on vocabulary or grammar? As we keep reading, if you guys find a word that you're unsure about, write it down so that you remember to ask about it later. You can put it in the chat box, and I'll check there for any vocabulary words you guys need discussed, or just write it down for yourself so you remember to ask about it. Okay, and what about the downgrading of Pluto? Does anybody remember when that happened? Do you remember, Akka, when Pluto was downgraded to a dwarf planet instead of a normal planet?
I don't know.
All right. I always remember because I was young, and Pluto is also the name of a Disney character. So I really liked the planet because there was a Disney character that was also named that. So I was kind of sad when it got downgraded to a dwarf instead of a real planet, because I thought, oh,
dog. It's a dog?
Yeah, exactly.
Mickey's
He's
cat.
Mickey's dog.
Yeah. Oh.
Very cute guy. All right. So then let's continue reading. Roxana, will you read this for us?
That didn't change anything for Alan Stern. Some planetary scientists still dispute Pluto's planet status, and Stern says he'll always think of Pluto as a planet. Either way, it's a distant realm ripe for exploration. What is realm?
Realm? Can anyone help her with the definition for realm?
Yeah.
I don't know either.
It's like zone or area. And realm was used as the word for the territory of a kingdom. So a king would rule over a particular territory they would call a realm.
Scientists don't actually know what exactly they will see there, and that's the exciting part. When we first sent missions for Jupiter, no one expected to find moons that would have active volcanoes. And I could go down a long list of how often I've been surprised by the richness of nature, he says. So now we wait.
Thank you very much. And let's see. The next two paragraphs here, let's have Rafa read for us.
Y'all, you just have to wait, just like we will, to unwrap this present, Stone says. Save the date, July 14th, 2015, humankind's encounter with Pluto. It takes about 4.5 hours for a signal to reach Earth from New Horizons. The spacecraft is programmed to go radio silent on July 14th. So it can collect as much data as possible. The first batch of image will come down the next day.
Thank you very much, and Chow, finish it up for us.
The New Horizons spacecraft is healthy and full of fuel. So after the Pluto encounter, It will keep going beyond Pluto and into the outer rim of our solar system. If you'd like to stay on top of the New Horizons progress to the second, check out the Johns Hopkins University Applied Physics Laboratory Countdown Clock.
Thank you very much. Do you guys have any questions or comments before we talk a little bit more about the content here?
So the spacecraft reached to the Pluto July 15th.
Yes. Does anyone know exactly what they said earlier in the article? Is it going to arrive at Pluto? How exactly close is it going to be?
I think it's not landing. It will not landing at Pluto. It's making an orbit around Pluto so close that it could take some photograph better than Hubble, have some research about the atmosphere, but no more, because later they are going to beyond Pluto. Could be.
Exactly. So it's going to come within 6,000 miles, but not actually land. So it will be arriving, just not really landing. Any other questions or comments before we talk about it? How about the word batch? The first batch of images. What is batch?
Maybe it's not one image, it's several images.
So a batch.
Some count of something.
Yeah, it would definitely be a group. What if I said a batch of cookies? How many do you think a batch of cookies would be?
Dozens?
Huh?
Dozens.
Dozens, maybe. Could be dozens. So a batch is a group, and it's probably larger than 4, but smaller than 1,000. So it's a moderately sized group. Okay, so let's summarize, taking the details we heard in the listening and also what we just read now. Aka, can you give us a couple important details from this article?
Yes. This craft is on the orbit of the Pluto now, and it's sending several images from there.
So where is it now?
Is on the orbit of Pluto.
It will be, but not now.
Not
you might
now.
have missed this part of the article. Or no, I think we're here for the whole article.
Next year.
Next year.
Okay, yeah, I got it. Yeah. Maybe
Exactly.
I confused about year. Yeah,
2015.
2015. Okay.
Yeah. Awesome. Chow, give us some more information, a couple other details you heard while we were reading.
Oh yeah. The spacecraft is about to take 6,000 miles from the Earth to the Pluto, and will arrive next year, and it will take images more clearly than Hubble when it got to Pluto. Yes.
Excellent. Rafa, any other details you can add to our summary here? Rafa, are you there? All right, Roxana, how about you go next? Give us a few more details from what we were reading.
This distance for 6,000 miles was very districtly calculated because of this distance when we can get very strictly images and but it's um, but we can't be the spaceship can't be pulled into orbit of Pluto.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Very good summary. So now, since we're talking about great accomplishments, I'd like to know a little more about some of your greatest accomplishments, something that you did that you're really proud of. And we'll write these in the chat box. So give me 3 sentences about something you're really proud of that you've accomplished in your life. Marriage, graduation, or maybe a personal decision? So use 3 sentences describing one of your greatest achievements. I'll give you guys a couple minutes to write these, and then we'll read them together and discuss. All right, one more minute to finish up your writing on your greatest achievement. It doesn't have to be fancy. Finish them up and put them in when you're ready. Excellent. We have one ready. Rafa, will you read it for us?
Yeah. One of the most important achievements is to can, oh, I don't know, is to can express myself in English in an understanding way. And in the last month, I have been doing a great effort, attending, I think it's better, attending classes and doing my best to achieve it. It was a dream from my childhood when I began to have some classes in English, in English, and at the end, I think I could do it properly.
Excellent. I think you are definitely expressing yourself well, and congratulations for that.
Thank you. Babbling is a very interesting and useful tool for this, because if not, you don't get many expressions, and you can join many classes. It's a very,
super
very nice
fun
idea.
and convenient, I think. All right, a couple small corrections, like achievements. So it's one of a group of achievements, that's plural,
Yeah.
and is expressing myself in an understandable way.
Well,
And
yeah.
just a couple small things. Other than that, it was great.
Thank you.
All right, Akka, read us yours.
Okay, born on the planet Earth, number 1. Number 2, getting a gold medal in a swimming match. Number 3, going to the US as an exchange student.
Wow! Hey, those are all really great. The first one, a little strange, but
Aka, but you come from another planet? Are you telling us?
Maybe
Are you
my
telling us?
parents achievement, not me, maybe.
I'm joking. Thank you.
yeah, that's a good one. You're appreciative. Me too. And cool, you won a medal in swimming?
Yes, swimming
Is it
match.
recent?
Yes. Not recently, when I was younger. Yeah.
Ah, very nice. That's a big accomplishment.
Thank you.
Chao, read us yours.
My achievement about my current life. First, I finished my school in 16 years, become almost independent. Second, choose my career, writing some programs, which used by thousands of people. Third, encounter my wife last year. Life still going on.
All
So that's
right.
it.
Wow, that's a lot. So a couple small corrections. We need an article before great achievement. So, or if you want to make it plural, you could add an S. My great achievements in my life. First, I finished my school at 16 years old. Became almost independent with a T, independent. Second, chose my career, because it's in the past, chose my career, writing some programs used by thousands of people. Wow, cool. Used by thousands of people. And third, encountering my wife last year. Life still going on. Okay, keep us updated with those achievements. Very cool.
Thanks.
And I think we're still missing Roxana's. Are you almost ready?
Yes, I'm sorry. No, no, exactly. I can't make up.
Tell us a little bit about it.
I think one of my achievements is graduating from music school. I spent 11 or maybe more years to it, and I can play the piano. My two achievement is having splits because I've started to do sport only 3 years ago. It's a kind of Chinese sport, wushu, and it's one of the things we must do is have a good stretching and splits. And I was very bad in it, and I don't believe that one time I can do it. And I was very proud of me when I exactly did it. And
Yeah, that's not
Going to
something
space.
everybody can do,
yes.
for sure. And graduating music school, that's huge. So you play the piano pretty well, probably.
Yes, yes, some kind of that.
Congrats, that's awesome. All right. And Chow, did you have a correction on yours?
Yes, I was mean that I finished my school at age 20, 22, not 16. That is for 60 years.
All right,
That's
so
it.
I finished
Yeah.
16 years of schooling. That is awesome. That's a lot.
Uh,
All right. And Obaid, welcome to class. Obaid, are you there?
Are you asking me?
No, Obaid. He's a new student in class. I will show you really quick how to work your audio. So if you or anyone else has problems with their audio, the first thing to check is your settings. And settings are actually messed up too, so this is good for me to do as well. Okay. So check your settings. Make sure that your Google Chat is hooked up to the right microphone. And I hope that works out for you. If not, write me a message in the chat box if you have another question. Okay. Do you guys have any other questions or comments before we finish up today?
no, teacher.
No? All right. You guys should definitely consider listening again. Now that we've read through some of the information, it'll be much easier to go back and listen to the article and understand almost everything. And NPR is a great source for this kind of audio listening. Frequently, they give you transcripts to help you if you want to read along as you are listening. So it's a good place for you guys to get a little current events and English practice in. Thank you guys for coming, and I hope to see you all again soon.
Thank you. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you very much.
Bye.
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 Bye.